you are watching this, yes, I filmed this the same day as my last video. No, I didn't get changed. Yes, I'm lazy. And no, I don't care. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm doing a video that I've never done this kind of video before, and honestly I'm not sure any of you will really care, but it's a video that I want to do for me. I'm feeling really nostalgic right now and that's why I'm filming it. If you don't care, move along. If you do care, stay and enjoy. So today I'm going to be doing a story time about my wedding. My anniversary is coming up. This video will be going up after my anniversary has already passed, but I'm filming it before my anniversary. I was married on October 5th, 2019. It's the week of my anniversary. I'm feeling nostalgic. I want to reminisce. And so yeah, I'm going to tell you guys all about my wedding, before, during, after, all the fun we had, all the fun we didn't have, and yeah. So I'll do a real quick history. I've been with my husband John since March of 2016. Yeah, March of 2016. We met through mutual friends. We didn't like each other, then we liked each other. Moved in with him, we were dating, I was serious, blah blah blah. Move ahead. It is January of 2018. We were drinking. It was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. We were sitting in our bed. I don't know how the topic came up. I really don't. But one of us said something about, you know, like, oh, one day, like, if we get married or something like that. And then, you know, conversation moved on. We were just kind of like drunk, giggling with each other. And then John, you know, he's on his phone. He's doing stuff. I'm doing stuff on my phone. And all of a sudden, he hands me his phone. And it's a jewelry website. And he says, pick a ring. I was like, what? And he was like, you want to get married? And I was like, I don't know, do you want to get married? And he was like, yeah, I want to get married, pick a ring. I picked a ring. And that's how we got engaged, which honestly was awesome to me. I mean, I am so not a wedding person. I was not a very good bride. I would not have enjoyed a big fancy to-do. I wouldn't have enjoyed the awkwardness of the getting down on one knee. I would have been really embarrassed. So it just worked out that, you know, that's the way that we got engaged. It was just kind of like, yeah, well, we'll get married someday and then we'll pick a ring, let's get married. And so that was the engagement story. So yeah, we told everybody, told our families, told my friend, or our friends. We knew we were going to have kind of a long engagement because we were going to be paying for it for ourselves, whatever it was that we were going to be doing. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough money to do what we wanted to do and when we wanted to do it. I'm not a person who ever dreamed about their wedding, but I always knew I wanted to get married in October. It's just my favorite month, and I'm a basic bitch. I love fall. I love pumpkins. We decided we were going to get married in October of 2019, which gave us, you know, a good almost 2 full years to plan the wedding. We started thinking about what we wanted to do. It was really like difficult because neither of us are wedding people, and I'm not like in like the Miranda Hobbs, like, oh my god, like I hate weddings, like weddings are so stupid. Like that's not how I feel. I just was deeply uncomfortable with the idea of being a bride. I don't like having all that attention. I don't like, I would have hated like having an entrance, having a first dance, like anything that would have put the spotlight directly on me. It just was a no-go for me. I don't like to dance. I don't really dance at weddings when I go to them. So none of that sounded appealing. So we were thinking, you know, what the hell are we gonna do for this wedding? And we thought about it. We knew we didn't want to elope. We wanted to, at the very minimum, have my grandma there, which meant then we had to have the parents and then the friends. So we were going to have a small wedding. We decided to do it in Vegas. And there's a couple reasons why Vegas. I mean, 1, Vegas wedding, like duh. 2, our first trip that we ever went on together when we had only been dating about 2 or 3 months. We went to Vegas. It was a very impromptu decision. Like, we decided on Friday, we left on Sunday. I was still technically living with my mom at the time, so I had to tell her that I was going to Vegas with this guy I was dating. She kind of was like, oh my god, are you getting married, blah blah blah. We didn't even think about the possibility that people thought we were getting married back then. But when we were thinking about the wedding, we were like, you know what, wouldn't it be kind of funny if we did go get married in Vegas? So just full circle, Vegas, decision made. It was just the perfect choice for us. So once that decision was made, we knew that we were going to be inviting a small amount of people. I think we ended up having like 35 people that came to the wedding, and that we were going to do all of our wedding type activities out in Vegas. Bachelorette parties, bachelor party, rehearsal dinner, all that stuff was going to be done in Vegas. So the planning process is really, really boring. I will just tell you, we decided to get married at the Bellagio, outside in front of the fountains, and skip forward to October of 2019. I was honestly like such a terrible bride. Like, I didn't plan like anything. Like, honestly, John did the majority of the planning. John and our wedding planner at the Bellagio, like our wedding day coordinator. I didn't even know what my bouquet was gonna look like till I showed up, and it was there for me. So anyway, moving on, it's October. We were getting married on the 5th. We flew to Vegas on the 2nd. We flew first class, which I love because it's so comfortable, but also so that I could bring my wedding dress and have room for it in the overhead. Got to Vegas, we stayed at Park MGM. We had stayed there when we were in Vegas before, but back then it was still the Monte Carlo. It hadn't been redesigned yet. Got a huge suite, which was awesome because we used our room as kind of like central hub for everything, like meeting for the parties, getting ready, like all of us girls getting ready, day up, all that stuff. So we had a huge suite, which was great. So first day we got there, as part of our wedding package with the Bellagio, they sent a limo to pick us up at our hotel and take us to the marriage license center, the Clark County, whatever you call it. So that's what we did when we got there. We went to the marriage license center, we got the marriage license, did all the stuff that we needed to do. It really is so true what they say about getting married in Vegas. It's so easy. Like, I think we were in and out of there in like 5 minutes, and there was a ton of people there. First night that we were there, not everybody had flown into Vegas yet, so there was just a couple friends and things. We took them all out to dinner and just kind of chilled for the first day. Second day was my favorite day, possibly, of the entire thing, and this was what I wanted to do for my bachelorette party. This is the one thing that I knew that I wanted to do, that I was like going to be a bridezilla about if it wasn't going to happen, but I made it happen. I booked a luxury cabana at the pool at Park MGM and brought all of my friends who were, you know, doing like the bachelorette activities with me, like my bridesmaids, my sisters, a couple other friends. And we had like a server who was in charge of serving us all day, drinks, food, everything that we could possibly need all day long. That was just my favorite thing. We had like the cabana, we had chairs, we had chase lounges in the pool. It was so much fun. That was everything that I wanted to do, was just like relax, day drink, hang out at the pool with my friends. That was the best part of the entire trip for me, honestly. So that night was time for all the debauchery. We had the bachelors and the bachelorettes. We all went out to dinner together, which was a lot of fun to have everybody all together before we went our separate ways. And then the guys went, I don't even know what they did, to be honest. And then me and my girls and my gays, we went to Thunder from Down Under, which I really didn't think I wanted to go to a male strip club, and then at the last second I was like, you're going to Vegas, like you have to do something like this. So I got very drunk, which was a lot of fun, had tons of fun, did some embarrassing things to get up on stage, got up on stage, just had a great time. That was a lot of fun. And then after that, we met back up with the bachelors. We went to downtown Vegas, which if you don't know, downtown Vegas is like a separate from the strip. It's like this covered kind of world. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a street, it's Fremont Street, I think, and it looks like old Vegas. They just have a lot of cool things down there, and we all went ziplining, which was so much fun. And I have to just mention my outfit. So again, another one of my favorite parts of this entire trip was my outfit that I wore on my bachelorette night. I had bought this outfit way back in like March of 2019, I think it was. The night of the iHeartRadio Music Awards, Taylor Swift decided to walk the red carpet in this number, and I looked at John and I said, I don't care how much it costs, I need that outfit. So thankfully it actually wasn't too expensive. I think it ended up being like $300. I got it in a different color. I got it in like this white to make it more bridal. Honestly, I would wear this outfit every single day if I thought I could get away with it. It was so cute. I got so many compliments and it was just really fun ziplining in it. I felt very Taylor Swift. So next day was the day of the rehearsal and the rehearsal dinner. I don't remember everything that we did that day. I know that I went to Dry Bar and got my hair done. I love Dry Bar. I particularly love Dry Bar in Vegas because you can drink there. We got to have like a quick rehearsal at the Bellagio. Everybody got to see where we were going to be getting married, like practice coming down the steps, all that stupid stuff that you have to do when you're rehearsing. And then we had the rehearsal dinner. We had the rehearsal dinner across the street from the Bellagio at a restaurant at the Paris Hotel called Hex. It was so good. It was just so good. All I can remember is how good the food was. We had this like hummus. It was amazing. We had this, I had gnocchi, which was fabulous. I think I had creme brulee. It was really good food. So that was a good time, you know, we did the whole thing, like parents are together, friends are together, blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever. All I really thought was this food's really good, so I'm glad that we're doing this. That was just for the wedding party and our families. After that, we met up with friends that were in town for the wedding. We went to, I believe it's the Link, and we did the High Roller half-hour happy hour thing. So what you do there, the High Roller is just a big Ferris wheel. It takes a half an hour to go all the way around. You get views of the desert and the strip and the airport and everything. I think it was like 50 bucks a person, which is expensive, but like it's half hour for the ticket, open bar while you're on there. We just shoved everybody into this Ferris wheel thing. It was so much fun. The bartender was so great. I got like, you know, everybody was like, give drinks to the bride, drinks to the bride. So, you know, I was like, it was just great. It was such a great time. If you're ever in Vegas, I highly recommend. It's expensive, but you really do get great views of the city. You get to do something that you can't do anywhere else. And I mean, if you're a drinker, you take advantage of the open bar. Like, it's honestly, it's worth it at that point. And that was it for the rehearsal dinner. We went back to our hotel. We did not spend the night apart. I don't believe in any of that. Don't see the groom or bride before the wedding. That's crap. We spend every night together. I'm not gonna not spend one night with him. So yeah, I think after that, John and I went and got ice cream at the Bellagio. We went back, we went to sleep, and then woke up at 7 a.m. for the big day. So the wedding day itself was probably my least favorite day of this entire trip. Like I said, I was not comfortable with being a bride, and it was more just like I get this part over with so that we can get back to the fun. We woke up early, ordered in breakfast for all the girls. We got champagne and mimosas. I put out all their bridesmaid gifts. I got them all pajamas, champagne glasses, like all that stuff to make it feel special. Our friend, who is also our hairdresser, her and her husband came out. They were invited to the wedding, and then we paid her to do all of the girls' hair. So she came over to our hotel room. She did all of our hair. The only problem we had with all of that is that my hairdresser Lisa was also a wedding guest, so we had to do stuff early so that she could go back and get ready to come to the wedding and meet her husband and show up. So we had time, basically. We had like probably like 2 hours between when we were all done getting ready and like when it was time to go. So what do you do at that time? Well, if you're me, you go downstairs and you get pizza. There's this really cool place in Park MGM called Italy. I know they have them in other places. They have them in LA and New York and whatever. We got this awesome pizza, went back up to the suite. We watched The Princess Diaries, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and just hung out until it was time to go. I put on my dress, we got in the limo, and we went to the Bellagio. John and I decided to do a first look because we were going to be walking down the aisle together. So we got to the Bellagio, the photographer set up the first look, we did that. He was really cute when he saw me. I was just relieved to be with him because everybody was driving me nuts. And then the worst part of the entire day, which if it wasn't part of our package, totally would have skipped, was the photography. John and I, we just don't do pictures very well. Like, especially him, but like, when he gets uncomfortable, I feel uncomfortable, so it was just this double like uncomfort of the two of us and the whole bridal party being escorted all around the Bellagio and taking all of these pictures, and the photographer being annoyed with us because we didn't want to do it, and us being annoyed with the photographer because she's telling us what to do, and people getting in the way because, like, you know, it's Vegas, so there's people walking everywhere, so you have to stop, and then people, strangers being like, oh my god, congratulations, and me having to be like, oh my god, thank you, and like just deplete my social energy. Like, you know, like when you're an introvert, you only have so much. And I just got completely drained. It was just, I was so annoyed. I was so done by the time we got to the ceremony. I was just ready to get it over with and go eat some dinner. So we made it through all the photography. We got to where we needed to be. Like I said, John and I had made the decision to walk down the aisle together. I didn't want to be given away, and I didn't want him down there waiting for me. I thought, we're doing this together, let's do it together. Great idea in theory. In practice, it didn't work out so well. There was so many things that went wrong at our ceremony. When the bridesmaids and groomsmen walked out, they were walking out to an acoustic version of Gorgeous by Taylor Swift. That went smoothly. John and I were supposed to walk out to an acoustic version of Lover by Taylor Swift because we weren't going to be doing a first dance at our reception. So that was going to be our wedding song. We walk out. Neither of us recognizes the song that's playing. I still don't know what song is playing. At the end of this, I'm going to show some short clips from our wedding video. If you guys know what song it is, please let me know. I have no idea what song was playing while we walked down the aisle. I had a beautiful long cathedral veil. That was my favorite part of my entire outfit. And when we got out to where we needed to stop for pictures, John stepped on it and then kicked it behind him. Which I can't even be mad. It was fine. It was funny. Then we were going to walk down the stairs together, and it worked perfectly at our rehearsal. There was a wedding earlier in the day. I didn't pay for extra flowers because I think flowers are a waste of money. The people at the wedding earlier in the day had matching flowers to my bouquet. Our wedding day coordinator asked John if she wanted to keep the flowers. They were flowers that cascaded down the stairs for free because they didn't want to take them. And he was like, sure, let's keep the extra flowers. It looked beautiful, but with the flowers we both couldn't fit walking down together. So instead of walking down together, I had to walk first. And then he came behind me, and then we met up at the bottom. Again, it was fine. Everything was funny. Like, at this point, I literally just didn't care. We were just laughing about all of it, and we still laugh about it today. We had two things that we did not want during our ceremony. No religion, we're not religious, and we didn't want to do repeat after me. Just think it's cheesy, I didn't want to do it, I just wanted to get straight to the good stuff. We didn't write our own vows, just get to it, done. We didn't get religion, which was good, but even though we had gone over during the rehearsal what the ceremony was supposed to look like, the minister or whoever, whatever he was, started with repeat after me. And we were both kind of just like, guess we're repeating after him. So we did it, and we hadn't rehearsed it, so neither of us had any idea what we were talking about. There's a lot of flubs. Again, if you want to skip to the end, I'll put part of this wedding video in. It's pretty funny. And it was just such a mess. It was just such a mess. It couldn't have been more perfect. Like, we are so non-traditional and so like, whatever. Like, all these things that went wrong, it couldn't have happened to a more perfect couple, and it just makes such a great story for us because if you know us, it's just like, of course that's the way our wedding went down, you know what I mean? So finally, it was over. We said I do. We had our kiss. The fountains behind us went off. It was awesome. We had to take more pictures, which was not awesome. But eventually it was all over. All the guests left. We were waiting for our limo to come pick us up, to take us down the strip to New York, where we were having our reception dinner. We didn't have a big reception. We literally, dinner, music, Vegas strip, that was it. Our limo was like 45 minutes late picking us up. So we're just sitting outside of the Bellagio. Me in my wedding dress, John in a suit, he has a backpack on, and we're just like, we could have fucking walked to New York quicker than we're waiting for this limo. But the limo eventually came. We took all these flowers with us that we were gonna set up at the reception, but he dropped us off at the front of the casino. but our reception was at the back of the casino, which faced the strip, so we had to walk through the casino. So we're like, fuck it, here's 50 bucks, throw these flowers out for us. Got to the reception, everybody was already eating. I was so annoyed. I was like, you know what, I can't be in this dress anymore. I'll be right back. Our hotel, Park MGM, is right next to New York, New York. When I tell you, I fucking ran as fast as I could. Thankfully, I wore sneakers for my wedding. I wore Keds. I ran to our hotel, up to our suite, ripped my wedding dress off. I broke the zipper. It's still broken. Changed, ran back. It's like, I can't be in this wedding dress anymore. I'm done being a fucking bride. I'm over it. Then I could finally enjoy the night. It was so fun. The food was so good. It was so good. Oh my god. The music, we didn't have to get a DJ or anything. Like the music, the vibe at the restaurant was just awesome. We had a huge open bar to ourselves. We had servers that were dedicated to us, bringing us drinks, bringing us food, taking things away. Everybody was amazing. We had a photo booth that we set up that was a huge success. We had, our guest book was Polaroids, so everybody took a Polaroid, wrote a little thing, you know, put it away. We fully expected, and we were totally fine with this, like we expected people to come for the free food, get some drinks, and then like leave. We didn't expect people to hang out for like hours because we weren't doing like a traditional reception with like dancing and all that stuff. People stayed all night. It was so much fun. We were there longer than our package like allowed us to be there. The restaurant had cupcakes brought in for us in lieu of a wedding cake, which they were amazing cupcakes, like amazing cupcakes. This like random magician showed up. I guess he was like in the restaurant and then found out we were having a party. Like this magician showed up and was doing magic tricks for everybody, like right outside the restaurant on the strip where like the fake Brooklyn Bridge is. There was like cornhole and like all sorts of stuff. It just ended up being so much fun. Everybody had such a great time. Once all of like the actual getting married crap was over, it was just so fun. And it ended exactly the way we wanted it to. We wanted it to just like simmer, because we weren't doing like we're exiting firework, like we weren't doing that shit. So it ended perfectly. Like a bunch of people wanted to go see some DJ, more people wanted to go to the casino, we just wanted to fucking dip and go to sleep. Everybody left and did their own thing. Like a couple people helped us get stuff back to our suite, but then after that it was like midnight, 1 o'clock, and we were just married. It was done. We had a lot of fun. The ceremony sucked. Never do it again. Like if we ever got divorced or if John dies or something, I'm literally never having another wedding. Like never. But it was a great time all around. And after that, that's when everybody started to like leave Vegas on their own, doing their own. Everybody had free reign to do their own stuff the entire time except for when we had like planned things. But the next day, everybody was leaving, doing stuff on their own. We had 2 more days. John and I had a great time. We did some stuff on the strip that we hadn't had a chance to. We had an amazing dinner at Hell's Kitchen at Caesar's Palace. I love Gordon Ramsay. He can do no wrong in my book. So of course we had to go to Hell's Kitchen. Somewhere in all of that, I can't remember if it was before or after the wedding, but I got my Louis Vuitton Speedy, my first luxury bag, started this whole addiction of mine. And before we knew it, it was time to fly home and see the cats. Just like that, it was all over. Just quicker than it started. It was I think anybody who's ever gotten married or like had a big thing like that, like it's so surreal. Even though we didn't do like anything traditionally, like you just plan and you plan and you plan and you think you know how things are gonna go and everything, and then all of a sudden it's just over. All of a sudden it's 2 years later. I can't believe I've been married for 2 years. Like it just blows my mind. Everything that went wrong, everything that was crazy, I wouldn't change a thing about any of it. I would just give a little bit of advice to anybody out there who is getting married or thinking about getting married or wants to get married someday. Just do what you want to do. Straight up. Like, everybody told me, nobody's gonna want to come to your wedding because like you're not having a real reception. Nobody's gonna want to come to your wedding because like you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Your dad's gonna be so mad that he's not walking you down the aisle. Your mom's gonna be so mad that she can't invite her boyfriend. Doesn't matter. My wedding was special because we did what we wanted to do, and when shit went wrong, we laughed it off. If you want a big poofy fairy tale wedding, do it. If you don't want that, don't do it. Don't let anyone pressure you into what you think or what they think you should be doing for your day. You need to do what's going to make you feel comfortable, happy, and what's going to be a good memory. I'm so glad that I did not do what my family wanted me to do and just do the traditional wedding that would have made me miserable. I wouldn't change a single thing about my wedding, about my life, about my husband. It was just all so great. I've had a really good time sitting here reminiscing about it. I'm excited to pull out the video, and that's it. I just really want to share this, mainly for me, but if you liked it, I'm glad. Congratulations to all of the brides and grooms out there getting married, just got married, will be getting married, never want to get married. Congratulations to all of you. And that's it. I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!
Yeah, I'm here now.
Alright. We're just gonna pretend that was
A little more.
moving, okay?
Yes.
A little more.
We're all cool with that?
Yeah, it's okay to hold hands. You know each other.
All right.
Okay, good. Well, we're assembled here to celebrate the joining of this man and this woman in the unity of marriage. And you may be seated. Well, John and Emily, I want you to remember that marriage should be entered into thoughtfully and with full understanding of its sacred nature. Will you bring to this new life, each for the sake of the other, the best that you have in you, seeking to express your life together, each at the highest level of his own understanding? Will you do this to the best of your ability?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
They both said yes. We're good. John, will you take this woman whose hand you hold? Will you live with her in the state of true matrimony? Will you love her, comfort her, and honor her at all times? Will you do this to the best of your ability? And Emily, will you take this man whose hand you hold to be a wedded husband? Will you live with him, comfort him, honor him at all times, and be faithful to him? Okay. I'd remind you that to love is to enter a whole new world, a world of togetherness and a world of sharing. All that is dearest and deepest within your hearts and within your lives. And to love is to remember to keep alive forever all those unique qualities that drew you to one another in the beginning. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Those first halting phrases, that wonderful feeling of discovery when your eyes first met. And to love is to constantly search for new ways to bring each other happiness and to make the most of every moment you share together, and to marvel at how your experience of one another can continue to climb to new dimensions. And to love is to create an oasis of tranquility, a quiet place apart from others where you need not pretend, where you know you can always be yourselves, you'll always be accepted by the other. And to love is to greet every new day with anticipation, always eager to gather up a new experience together and to share a new memory together. To love is to watch with wonder all the miracles of creation, to find beauty in all the simple things of life, and to find within yourselves a deeper appreciation and a new awareness of how wonderful it is to be alive, to be happy, to be healthy, and to be together. To love, you see, is to come from the pathways of our past and then move forward, hand in hand, along the uncharted roads of your future, ready to risk and ready to believe that all things are possible with love. Do you, John, take Emily to be your wife, to love and to cherish from this day forward?
I do.
And do you, Emily, take John to be your husband, to love and to cherish from this day forward?
Hell yeah. I do.
And what token do you give as a symbol of your love? May I have the rings, please? Yeah. These rings are a symbol of the unbroken unity of truth now to be symbolized in your married lives. And let her hold your flowers. And John, will you place it on her finger and repeat after me?
All right.
With this ring, I give to you my promise
With this ring, I give to you my promise
that from this day forward,
that from this day forward,
you shall not walk alone.
you shall not walk alone.
May my heart be your shelter,
My heart be your shelter,
and my arms be your home.
and my arms be your home.
May you always feel good.
What was that one?
May you always feel blessed.
You always feel blessed, yeah. Hashtag blessed.
May we walk together through all things.
May we walk together through all things.
May you feel deeply loved,
May you feel deeply loved,
for indeed you are.
for indeed you are.
May you always see your innocence in my eyes.
May you always see innocence in just one of the eyes.
With this ring,
With this ring. Was I supposed to wait for this?
no.
Okay.
Killing
I
it.
give to you my heart.
I give to you my heart.
I have no greater gift to give.
I have no greater gift to give.
I promise I will do my best.
I promise I'll do my best.
I will always try.
I will always try.
I feel so honored
I feel so honored
to be called your husband.
to be called your husband.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
All right, this is gonna be a shit show.
As long as you say the right words.
I'm gonna try my best.
With this ring, I give to you my promise
With this ring, I give to you my promise
that from this day forward,
that from this day forward,
you shall not walk alone.
you shall not walk alone.
May my heart be your shelter,
May my heart be your shelter,
and my arms be your home.
and my arms be your home.
May you always feel blessed.
May you always feel blessed.
May we walk together through all things.
May we walk together through all things.
May you feel deeply loved,
May you feel deeply loved,
for indeed you are.
for indeed you are.
May you always see your innocence in my eyes.
I can't.
You're
May
not
you
gonna
always
mess
see
this part
your
up?
Innocence in my eyes. I can't say that with a straight face. I just can't.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I give to you my heart.
I give to you my heart.
I have no greater gift to give.
I have no greater gift to give.
I promise I will do my best.
I promise I will do my best.
I will always try.
I will always try.
I feel so honored
I feel so honored
to be called your wife.
to be called your wife.
I feel so blessed
So blessed
to call you mine.
to call you mine.
You pulled it. That was awesome.
I did that just for you.
Thank you.
May we feel this joy forever.
Is that us?
Yeah.
Oh, may we feel this joy forever.
Okay.
Sorry, we're doing our wedding.
So, now I give you this charge that you love each other with an encompassing spectrum of love, and I'd remind you to be interested in nurturing concern for each other's happiness and well-being, and to be mindful of each other's needs with honest effort to fulfill, to talk when the other one needs to hear, to listen when the other one needs to be heard, to understand solitude when the other one needs to be alone, and also that you might make living space for each other to be oneself fully expressed. Will you do this to the best of your ability? Well, now, by the legal authority, I very, very, very happily pronounce you husband and wife, and you may kiss your wife.